Hello, and thank you so much for coming along to this video. This is the first and last... Alright, let's get on with the show. From Adam H. Why are you so brilliant? Aww, that is so nice for YouTube. Hopefully we can coast on that positive inertia throughout the rest of the Q&A. HRC932010, you look like a mong. Okay, not really a question. Okay, from 14 Fenger. What is your favourite colour? Great question. Cardboard. That obsession is real. It's not made up for the cameras. I would call it cream. Some might call it camel. But I'm going to go for biscotti, because that's just the right amount of pretentiousness. Favourite music of the moment? The only stuff's probably the 1975 and Bon Iver. Okay, wholesome pictures. Are you actually dying? What's up with that? I started following rock music when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and I knew from that day that I would die at 27. But if you're talking about why I was in hospital and things, I'm going to do a video about that soon. You're going to be very interested. Alright, we've got some slow-mo guys questions. Edgar Munchkin, the first video I saw of you was on the Slow Mo Guys channel. Do you still speak to them? I do still speak to them. Sort of, you know, not that frequently. When they're at the pubs, when Gav's back home from Texas, when Dan's about, if they're at the pubs, we'll chat, we'll have a laugh. Cheddarhead7, why did so many of your old videos go missing until recently, and why are some slow-mo collabs still gone? So the old videos went missing because I realised that I wasn't getting laid very much as the Cuboyd, and I freaked out and I started deleting videos, and Joe1 restrained me with his muscles, but yeah, I didn't get very far through. I think I only deleted like 3 or 4 or something anyway. Why are some of the slow-mo collabs still gone? Yeah, I just contacted Gav and said I want to be a sexual being again, so get rid. And then when I realised that I was a sexual being anyway, and what some would call a god, I got back in contact with Gav and I said, put it back up. And he said, no, I think you're right. Because it was quite shit. I mean, great work from them, but it hasn't aged as well as their other videos. Interestingly about the Slow-Mo Guys, when Gav contacted me about being on their thing, I didn't know the Slow-Mo Guys was a thing. I knew that Gav worked on films, and I knew that he was doing Red vs Blue because I used to play Halo with some friends. I really didn't appreciate what I was doing when I went round to his house that day. We sat there overnight when the episode came out, and our subscribers went from about 101 to 56,000 overnight. And now we've managed to whittle it back down to about, you know, in the 20s of thousands, because yeah, it's a lot less pressure, feels a lot better that way. Douglas Meakin and Cameron Cooksey both essentially asked, what happened to the female superhero triangle from your old videos? I hung out there a couple of days ago, actually. Nothing, just same as all of us. Grew up, got old. She's a good friend. Tiny hands. She's a great artist, actually. Just doesn't have the incessant need for the validation of an audience that I do for some reason. How do you keep your mental health so stable? Angle dust kiss kiss. HRC932010, why are you such a mong? Oh, I see what's going on. Trevor Habig, what originally inspired the Cuboyd series? Moved to a bungalow, only had a box and a camera and a bed. Became the Cuboyd to defeat the London rioters, but quickly changed. Because I've always loved cardboard, and it does actually stem from Metal Gear Solid. If we've got any Metal Gear Solid fans watching, you'll know what I'm talking about. Snake used to hide under a box, and I couldn't think of anything more exciting for some reason. It's never left me. Hiding under a box while guards are looking for you is the coziest thought in the world. Your imagination runs wild. I don't know what it is about them. And it's cardboard too, the corrugation. Oh, love it. Joe1 liked the idea of filming it. So we filmed it just to pee off, you know, locals and stuff, pee off school. We weren't YouTubers, we didn't have any appreciation of what YouTube meant or would mean. So, and we've never really got to grips with it, let's be fair. Joe1 knew that Joe2 was working in a hardware store at the time. And Joe was like, hey, if we get Joe2 on board, he'll probably be able to get us free boxes. And we were like, oh my God, get him on board. And we did, and he did. Kaylee K says, why do you never respond to comments on YouTube? That's a really good question, actually. As I say, we were never YouTubers. And it's funny that people expect a certain format from us. I didn't comment on things because there is no way to comment without either upsetting someone else who you haven't commented to, or starting a horrendous, pathetic argument. So yeah, don't take that personally when I don't get involved. Was the keyboard initially intended as a way to promote your music? Great question. I can categorically deny that actually, although it does sound like something I would do. No, the keyboard was actually born out of a phase when I was done with music and heartbroken about it collapsing. All the bands we had been in just weren't really taking off and everyone was going to uni, so no more band members. So it was purely to have fun and blow off steam. That's from Martin Schauf. Oh, Martin Schauf. Greetings from Germany, he says. Eigentlich, ich spreche wenig Deutsch, denn ich bin Österreich snowboarden gegangen. Also, what do you know? Cosmic F. Did being the cuboid back in the day get you mad? Disgusting question. And I would say 2 pussies? But ultimately I've been single for 7 years. Since the inception of the Cuboid. So the Knight has asked me a bundle of questions. Didn't do bets this time around because we just had a set idea of the things we wanted to do. Kind of came as we were making the film. Was the show set to end when it did, or did the reaction cause it? We were always only going to do about 8 episodes. Did one get cut? I can't remember, but we had 8 episodes that we wrote to do, and then it was going to be the release of the film, which had been filmed. So obviously we see how the film ends. Why didn't you wear the gold tights this season? Again, complete oversight from us. Didn't realise anyone ever cared about them. But I also really loved girls' gym fashion at the time, so I got some of those and wore them, and I really liked them. Why no bucket hat? Because all the road men here in England have made that an actual fashion statement now. So if I was to wear a bucket hat, people would probably think that I was a little road man. This is from the backup. Do you have plans to make more music? I do. I've got 3 pretty juicy tracks coming out in the new year. I'll be going under the name that is on all my stuff now, Instagram and YouTube, blah, 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 blah. What sort of stuff can we expect to see on the channel? I want to do one more Kit McKagan, a Western, of course. Some crazy music videos. Sam Hudson, can I ask a non-cuboid related question? No. He also asks, is the Campfire available on CD? No, it's not, I'm afraid, which I'm gutted about because obviously I am obsessed with my old band. It'll always be my favourite band in the world, but I just don't have the money to justify that. It won't sell much in this day and age. And I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. One day when people realise how much of an amazing moment it was making that album and they go back and listen to it, we'll get something sorted, Sam. What the F happened to your cheek? I actually can't tell you that. But let's just say that you should see the other person and or animal and or object and or vehicle. Ray Smith says, when did you discover you were so influential and when did you decide to start influencing the masses? When I realised it's where the money is, Ray. This is from F. Mo. Where are you based? Beautiful market town in Oxfordshire, between Oxford and London. Where are Joe 1 and 2? Joe 1 is currently working up north in video editing. Joe 2 is working in London. Brief backstory of my life, don't mind if I do. I was born 1992, kind of a stroppy kid, short and fat. Still live in the same place I was born to. Was born in the hospital that Jimmy Savile operated in. Grew tall and thin. When I was 6, my parents separated. When I was 19, they got back together and got married again. Standard stuff, really. Worked temp jobs in between touring music and making shit videos. Mahmoud Ahmed, what happened during the dark days of No Cuboid? Well, you've said it there. Darkness. A lot of cliche stuff, a lot of finding oneself, I think, for all 3 of us. The 2 Joes went to uni. I travelled a lot. Also, we were recording the Campfire with the Soapbox Derby, and obviously that went on for flipping ages. That took up all my creative thinking power through all that time. I also worked on a couple of films. Anything temporary. I don't believe in full-time work. It's probably the thing that's killing us all. Favorite episode is a great question. Me and the Joes are very different to the people who watch those videos. Like, I don't believe in intentional comedy, so it's all the accidental stuff, all the mistakes we made, which I think we really loved. There's 2 I can think of. One in Cuboyd Canyon, I spend the whole thing trying to cross it and just breaking my body trying to cross this flipping expanse of water to get to the other side. And the moment I do, Joe just runs round with the camera. And we just never considered that. It just literally just runs around after all that. Don't you find that very funny? The other one is the paddling pool one. What you don't realise is between peeing in the paddling pool and the filming of the stunts and everything, you know, was at least half an hour because we were sorting the camera out, sorting everything out, that old crappy camera, trying to figure it out. By the time I dived into it, we had completely forgot. And then Joe 2 reaches into what is essentially a pool of 3 men's piss and pulls out an ice block and sort of, you know, has a look. And it was never mentioned until about 2 years ago when we suddenly realised. I think that about wraps it up. So from here, I think that'll be pretty much it for the Cuboyd. We might do some chat about the film. If you haven't seen it yet, watch it. Aside from that, I'm going to be doing music. I'm going to be linking up with Joe 1 and doing a lot of fun videos. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with us all this time. Peace out. Writing.